Let's start the new chapter. New chapter is chapter 2, Coulomb's law and electric field intensity. Today I'm talking about experimental law of Coulomb. Coulomb's law is the force between two separated charges. The force magnitude between two very small objects separated in vacuum and free space. These two charges are separated, the r, and by a distance is proportional to the charge and inversely proportional to the square of distance. The proportionality constant is k. This is the Coulomb's law, and this magnitude f is k multiplied q1 q2 over r square. The q1 and q2 is the charge quantity of two small objects. R is distance between q1 and q2. Proportionality constant k is 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 in free space. Is 9 multiplied 10 to the power of 9. And epsilon 0 is called permittivity in free space and vacuum. 8.854 multiplied 10 to the power of minus 12. The unit is farad per meter. Also 1 over 36 pi multiplied 10 to the power minus 9. The unit is farad per meter. So actually, force is not scalar, force is vector. So force has magnitude and also has direction. The F1 vector is the force exerted on Q1 charge, the Q1 and Q2. And the force exerted on Q1 charge is defined as F1 vector. The direction of F1 vector is from Q2 to Q1. This is R21 vector, direction is F1 direction. H1 vector is unit vector of R21 vector. This is A21 vector, R21 vector. So F1 vector we can rewritten. This is Q1 Q2 over 4 pi epsilon 0. R21 is magnitude of R21 vector. Magnitude of R21 vector square multiply. H1 vector is R21 vector over magnitude of R21 vector. It becomes 4 pi epsilon 0 magnitude of R21 vector cubic, and numerator is Q1 Q2 and R21 vector. This is F1 vector. F1 vector is the force on Q1 due to Q2. H1 is unit vector from Q2 charge to Q1 charge. Similarly, F2 vector is the force exerted on Q2 charge. This is Q1 and Q2. And the force exerted on Q2 charge due to Q1. The direction of F2 vector is from Q1 charge to Q2 charge, R12 vector. A12 vector is unit vector of R12 vector. This A12 vector is unit vector of R12 vector. So F2 vector can be rewritten this Q1 Q2 over 4 pi epsilon 0. R12 is magnitude of R12 vector square multiply. A12 vector is R12 vector over magnitude of R12 vector. It became Q1 Q2 over 4 pi epsilon 0 magnitude of R12 vector cubic multiply R12 vector. This is F2. F2 vector is the force exerted on Q2 caused by Q1. The F2 vector is the force on Q2 due to Q1. A12 vector is the unit vector of R12 vector. The direction is from Q1 charge to Q2 charge. So F1 vector and F2 vector has the same magnitude but opposite direction. So F1 vector is minus F2 vector. So we take an example. Question 1 is Q1 is 3 multiplied 10 to the power of minus 4 Coulomb at point M, and Q2 is minus 10 to the power of minus 4 Coulomb at point N in vacuum in free space. Find the force exerted Q2 by Q1. This is Q1 and Q2. and the force exerted Q2 by Q1. The direction is from Q2 to Q1 to Q2. R12 vector direction is the direction of F2 vector. The force exerted on Q2, right? This is Q1 Q2 over 4 pi epsilon 0 R12 vector square multiply A12 vector. A12 vector is unit vector of R12 vector. The magnitude is 1. So this is it can be rewritten Q1 Q2 4 pi epsilon 0 multiply R12 vector square multiply A12 vector is R12 vector over magnitude of R12 vector. So it becomes 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 multiply Q1 Q2 multiply 1 over R12 magnitude of R12 vector cubic multiply R12 vector. We have already known this is 9 multiply 10 to the power of 9 in free space, and Q1 is 3 multiply 10 to the power of minus 4. Q2 is minus 10 to the power of minus 4 Coulomb. We don't know R12 vector, so we have to find R12 vector. R12 vector is R2 vector minus R1 vector. R2 vector is position vector at Q2 charge. In other words, position vector at point N. So this is 2ax plus 5az minus R. This is Rn vector minus position vector at point M, Rm vector. Rm vector is ax vector plus 2ay vector plus 3az vector. It becomes ax vector minus 2ay vector plus 2az vector. So we have to magnitude of R12 vector. R12 vector magnitude of R12 vector is square root 1 square plus minus 2 square plus 2 square. This is 3. So F2 vector is 9 multiply 10 to the power of 9 multiply 3 multiply 10 to the power minus 4 multiply minus 10 to the power of minus 4 multiply 1 over 3 cubic, and R12 vector. R12 vector is ax vector minus 2ay vector plus 2az vector. So is 10. So it become minus 10 ax minus 2ay plus 2az. This is the answer of question 1. And question 2 is Q1 is minus 20 minus microcoulomb. Micro is 10 to the power of minus 6. This is also 10 to the power of minus 6. Q1 is minus 20 microcoulomb at point A, and Q2 is 50 microcoulomb at point B in free space. Find the vector force exerted on Q1 and Q2. Exerted to Q1, the direction of force is R21 vector. So we have to find F1 vector. F1 vector is Q1, Q2 over 4 pi epsilon 0 magnitude R21 vector square multiply A21 vector. A21 vector is unit vector of R21 vector. This is A21 vector, magnitude is 1. So this can be rewritten 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 multiply Q1, Q2 multiply R magnitude of R21 vector square and numerated 1, and A21 is R21 vector over magnitude of R21 vector. 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 multiply Q1 Q2 multiply 1 over magnitude of R21 vector cubic multiply R21 vector. We have to know R21 vector. R21 vector is R1 vector minus R2 vector. R1 vector is the position vector of Q1. So R1 vector is position vector of A. This is minus 6AX plus 4AY and 4AY and plus 7AZ, right? 7AZ and minus RB vector. This is RA vector minus RB vector. Vector is 5 AX vector plus 8 AY vector minus 2 AZ vector. It becomes minus 11 AX vector and minus 6 AY vector. No, minus 4 AY vector minus 4 AY vector, and this is plus 9 AZ vector. And magnitude of R21 vector is magnitude of R21 vector is square root minus 11 square plus minus 4 square plus 9 square. This is the magnitude of R21 vector. R21 vector is approximated 14.76. So F1 vector is 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 is 9 multiply 10 to the power of 9 and Q1 is minus 20 microcoulomb, minus 20 multiply 10 to the power of minus 6, and Q2 is 50 microcoulomb. 50 multiply 10 to the minus 6, 50 multiply 10 to the power of minus 6, and multiply 1 over 14.76 cubic, and R21 vector is minus 11 AX vector minus 4 AY vector plus 9 AZ vector. So we can calculate this. This is minus 9, so this is minus 9 over 14.76 cubic multiply minus 11 AX vector minus 4 AY vector plus 9 AZ vector, and the unit is Newton. This is the answer of question 2. Today we're talking about Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is the force between two separated charges. Thanks for watching this video, and see you next time. Bye bye.